and welcome to my monthly recommendations video for August. If you don't know, the monthly recommendations group was created by Trina from Between Chapters and Kayla Rain. There'll be a link to the Goodreads group in the description, and this is actually the year anniversary August, and while I definitely have not done that many topics, I do really enjoy the group, and I thought I would take part again because I'm back. So, but what they've said is going to do one recommendation from each topic they've done so far. So, yeah, let's get started. Book number 1 is an underrated book, and I definitely did this video. Yeah, it's November, I think. And yeah, I definitely did underrated books, and for this one I'm going to pick a new read, but definitely one of my new favourites, and that is We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. I don't own it, but I really want to, because it was just one of the most beautiful books ever. If you don't know what it's about a boy named Henry who discovers, well, basically is abducted by aliens and is given the choice to press a button and save the world from the apocalypse. And basically it's him kind of trying to make that decision based on all the stuff that's happening in his life, and it's just so good. Like, I don't feel like anyone has read this book, but if you love kind of LGBT fiction, sci-fi fiction, contemporary, read it, it's so good. Next up we have a book set in a school. And for this one I'm picking The Iron Trial, but this is the second book because I can't bother to get The Iron Trial out. It's there. It's at the bottom there, I didn't want to get it out. So, the Magisterium books are really good, and The Iron Trial is amazing, and it's a bit different because it's not kind of the traditional school. Obviously it's a school for magic, but it's not like Harry Potter because it's much darker and a lot of weird stuff goes down, and the magic system's very different and it's very cool, and this series is fun. Next up we have one that I struggled to find a book for, but I found one, and that is a creepy book, and for that I'm going with The Messenger of Fear duology by Michael Grant. It's just a bit weird, like, it's not creepy, but it's weird creepy because stuff that happens is a bit strange. The games they play, because obviously The Messenger of Fear is basically someone who goes to people who have done bad things and offers them the choice to play or pay, which is what it says here, and basically it's a bit creepy like that. Some of the games they play are really strange, and it's just really good though, because the characters are such fun, but yeah. Next up we have a trilogy as a recommendation, and I also did this one, but this is going to be a trilogy I didn't mention because I hadn't read it yet, and that is the Modern Fairy Tales trilogy by Holly Black. It follows, well, it's a very loose trilogy. The first and last book and the second and last book are linked, but the first and second book aren't really that linked. But it's a very good series. It follows a girl, the first one follows a girl who can see fairies and some weird stuff happens. She basically gets thrown into the mix between the two courts of fairies, and the second one, Valiant, deals with like the fairy life in New York. I think it's New York City. So it's a little bit grittier, but yeah, it's a really fun trilogy, and I think people should read it, yeah. Next up we have a book you think others should read ASAP or by the end of the year, and I was like really struggling on this one because there's obviously loads of books I'd like to recommend, but I mean We Are the Ants I'm going to give an honourable mention to again because it was that good. In the Present Tense by Carrie Pack was really good. Suicide Watch by Kelly York was horrifically good. And then we've got, I think the one I'm going to mostly mention though is Carry the Ocean by Heidi Cullinan. Like, fair warning, this book is quite explicit, but it depicts a very nice relationship between a boy with autism and a boy with depression. And I just think it's a really sweet relationship. It's a really sweet book, but yes, not for the faint of heart. But it is a good book, so yeah. Next up we have a fantasy book, and for this one I'm going to go with my standard fantasy recommendation at the moment. Well, not at the moment, it was my standard fantasy for last year, and that is Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. It's got 3 perspectives about different people dealing with Elantris, which is a city where all of it had power, but then it kind of started dying and no one knows why. So if you undergo the Shade, which would normally make you an Elantrian, it kind of makes you into a decrepit thing, and basically you get sent into Elantris to kind of just wither away. But it's really cool, the magic system is amazing, it's so well thought out, and Brandon Sanderson's writing is perfect, so no surprises that this gets a mention. Next up is a book with little to no romance, and this time I'm going to go with a series that has little romance, and that is The Saga of Darren Shan. Very standard mention also, but due to Darren's age, I always presume he's like 12 at the beginning. It's not really said, but I think it's book 3 and then book 8 or 9 has a little bit of romance. But honestly, the most important relationships that Darren has are with his friends, like Kurda and Harkat, and of course Mr. Kretsley. And it basically follows Darren as he becomes a vampire to save his best friend's life. Such a good series. Next up we have a standalone, and this one I'm going to go with a recommendation of a book I just finished very recently, The Charioteer by Mary Renault. It's very good. It follows a man named Laurie who is in a hospital after being injured in action in World War II, and kind of the relationships he builds from there with different people, and especially one of them is the conscientious objector Andrew, and then he reconnects with someone he knew from his school days, and it kind of throws a spanner in the works. Very good book. Yeah. Next up we have your favourite survival story, and I'll admit I don't think I've actually read a survival story in the conventional sense, so I'm going to go with one that has some survival-y kind of elements. Actually saying that, I could pick More Than This by Patrick Ness. That's kind of more survival, but I didn't like that book that much, so I'm not going to pick it. I'm going to go with Proxy by Alex London and Guardian, but I think it's Proxy that has a little bit more of the survival aspect, especially in the latter half of the book. Yeah, I'm not really 100% sold on this one, so I'm going to say Proxy. Next up we have your favourite book friendship, and what would a recommendations video be without me mentioning Keys to the Kingdom? Because I think I've mentioned it in... I mentioned it in the fantasy video, I mentioned it in the underrated reads video. The only one I didn't mention is Trilogy, because it's not a trilogy, it's 7 books. But it follows a boy named Arthur who is forced into becoming the heir to the universe, the house, and everything. And the house is the epicentre of the universe. So Arthur, he has his friend Susie and Leaf, and they're not really romantic relationships, so I could have mentioned it for that one. But Susie and Arthur's friendship is one of my favourite things just about the series, because it's so innocent, and Susie is such a fun character to kind of bounce off Arthur's more serious nature. So they have a beautiful friendship, and I love it dearly, like I love this series. Next up we have a book that is set outside the US or features travel and vacation. And while there is quite a few books I could pick that are set outside the US, like I think Carry On is set in the UK, Harry Potter is set in the UK, the Half Bad series is set in the UK and Europe, but I'm going to go with one that features quite a lot of travel, and that is The Game Chronicles, another mainstay of my recommendations videos. But I mentioned this one because it starts in the US, but they travel to like Egypt, they go to the UK, they go to France, so they do travel around a bit, and like especially the first and the last books, I've got some really important scenes in Egypt. I think it's the second one that has France, but they also travel a lot in the US, so I think it's just a really good series that doesn't take place in one location, so this one. The last one is a book with your favourite empowering female character. Obviously this was the July topic, but because I kind of just got back into the swing, I didn't upload a recommendation. So I'm going to pick one that I didn't know going into it had a female lead. And I think a lot of people won't know it, but they should, because she is amazing, and that is Vin from the Mistborn trilogy. Why does no one talk about how powerful Vin is? Vin is such a cool character. She starts as a Scar and kind of discovers her allomancy, and it is so good. I don't understand why people don't talk about her, and why she's not like the selling point, one of the selling points of the series, because she grows so much and she really learns to be this lady, but also really powerful with her magic and allomancy. So she is just so cool. She doesn't take shit from no one. That's the main thing. She is a badass. And yeah, this series, man, is so good, and Vin really helps that. So that is the monthly recommendation video for August. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will have another one up soon. So, goodbye.